What's going on? What's up, the Nation? This your man CW coming to you with day two winners, losers, stock up, stock down. The DB room is deep, as we know. A couple of DBs shine with the 40 times, also with their footwork, flipping the hips, running the line, catching the balls. But we're going to get into it. Before we jump into the content, if you have not hit the subscribe button, please hit the subscribe button, share the video, jump in the comments. Let's go ahead and jump into it. We already know Joey Porter Jr. and Christian Gonzalez are the two top DBs coming in before the combine started. But yes, they did not lose their stock. But we did have a winner out of Michigan that stole the show with the fastest 40 time out of DBs. And with DJ Turner running a 4.26, 3 clicks away from possibly having the fastest 40 time ever, his stock will go up just because of speed. Yes, the film does not match up with the speed, but it just depends on how his interviews go with teams that he meets during that time, whenever he gets team invites right before the combine here in late April. Also, two winners out of the School of Maryland, man. Maryland had two corners, Jaron Bennett, cornerback, and also they had Deontay Banks. Everybody knows more about Deontay Banks, but just with what he ran a 4.35, a 42-inch vertical, and 11 foot 4 broad jump. He's already projected to be a second-round pick, but just with his performance, not just in the 40, the broad jump, but also with flipping up his hips and also his footwork, this man can be possibly jumping up in the top 3 of corners. Also, he was projected to be a second-round pick. Now, with his performance based off of Indianapolis, he can be also at the back end of the first round. Let's go to his comrade that was on the opposite side of him, which is Jaron Bennett. Jaron Bennett had a 4.30, 40 and a half vertical, and he was 1.5 inches longer than Banks. Broad jump was at 11 and 1. He has Jets as a corner, but again, with him, just like we said with Turner, he doesn't have a lot of tape out there. It's going to come down to how he does in interviews. What does he fit as? Does he fit as an outside corner? Does he fit in as a nickel corner? Or are they going to move him to a position, possibly moving him to safety? But overall, Maryland's two corners did have a great display of talent in Indianapolis yesterday. Christian Gonzalez, like I said, Christian Gonzalez and Joey Porter did what they had to do. 40 times were not bad either. With Christian Gonzalez running a 4.38 40 and Joey Porter running a 4.49 respectively in the 40. They're both speed, so like I said, Christian Gonzalez is supposed to be number 1 off the board. It just depends on the fit. I do see Joey Porter Jr. possibly leapfrogging him. Just depends on the team that needs corner help. Like I said, the corners are going to be deep. You don't have to reach. You don't have to sit here and gamble with your picks. Just do your homework on them. Like I said, I know our Carolina Panthers need DBs. There's a lot of teams also in the NFL that need DBs. But for us, we need a nickel. And there are definitely going to be a couple of corners out there that definitely showed. You have the corner out of Utah that had a good showing, Phillips. So you also had Emmanuel Forbes that ran a 4.35. It looked like the man was very, even running at his full potential. But with him being so long, his stride with catching up with the receiver is going to help him. So overall, winners, like I said, you had the two corners out of Maryland that showed out. You had Michigan's corner Turn that had the fastest 40, and the top two corners coming out this year definitely showed up. Didn't lose any, and you still had Georgia corner. You can't forget about him. He didn't do bad either. He didn't really hurt his stock either. Ringo did what he had to do. So also along with corners, we had safeties. They're really not a safety that has sat here and just claimed a top spot. Yeah, most of the time we sit here and have a safety that, let's go after this safety. Nobody really took advantage of well, with the combine saying I'm the top safety out of the group. But the safety that really took, my eyes, coming from the Senior Bowl, showing what he was able to do at the Senior Bowl is Sidney Brown out of Illinois. He ran just like a corner, 4.47 in the 40, having a 40 and a half inch vertical. But he's a 3 down safety, and he can play at multiple levels as safety. He can be a box safety, he can be free safety or strong safety. So, like I said, nobody really took the show. Sidney Brown has been a particular safety that I've had my eyes on. We did in mock drafts. He basically rose his stock. He was supposed to be a third or fourth rounder, possibly can be a back end second round, early third round pick. So it just means that, again, this DB room is so widespread that you don't have to reach. But one loser I will say would be Christian Smith, the third out of Georgia. He ran a 4.66. Not fast at all. Most of the time, you want your corners and safeties to run a 4.4, 4.3, or 4.5. But a 4.6 is very slow. His vert jump was not high at all. He jumped at a 33 vert. Again, with him, his stock failed. What he's going to have to do is he's going to have to sit here and try to impress coaches during his interviews with them. Tell me what you guys think. Quarterbacks, tight ends, and wide receivers are about to go ahead and steal the show tonight. I know everybody's looking forward to see what quarterback shines better. We do have a couple quarterbacks that are not throwing this afternoon. But for my team, the Panthers, I'm really looking forward to see what Anthony Richardson does, what C.J. Stroud does, and what Will Levis does. We need our franchise quarterback. Also, please do not forget to hit the subscribe button. We will be doing our jersey giveaway later this month. Also, once we hit 500 subs, we will be giving away 2 $100 cash apps back to the subs. As always, hit the share button as well. Also, leave a comment if you have any feedback as well. And the quote for today is, "What makes something special is not what you have to gain, but what you feel there is to lose." One love.